right, welcome to the Pastor Mike's Son podcast show. My name is Terrance Clark. I have a special guest with us today. But before we get started, I want to make sure you guys go to our YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. All right? All right, so now I want to introduce a special guest to you guys. I've known this guy for almost, 20 years now?
A little over 20 years.
Yeah, about 20 years.
20, yeah.
Yeah.
Little young lad.
Yeah.
We had hair.
He has a great story. He's a great dad, great father, great friend. He's the type of guy that will give you the shirt off of his back if he could. So I want every guest that comes on the show, I want to make sure everyone understands that I want this to be a safe space for everyone that comes on the show to talk. So if you feel comfortable talking about something, please go ahead and talk about it. If there's something you're not comfortable with talking about, we definitely won't talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I want this to be a safe space, especially for men.
Yeah.
As we talk about men's mental health and how we want men to open up more and just talk about it, just instead of just holding it in.
Yeah, talking it out is definitely, it helps. Like, that's why I've been doing these shows. Like, people ask, like, how does it feel talking about? Like, to me, the more I talk about it, the better I feel.
Yeah.
And it helps with everything. So, yeah, definitely don't hold that in. Definitely get that off the chest.
Absolutely. Well, without further ado, my guest. He's the life of the party back in high school. Oh man, back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Man, this dude used to be in the clubs dancing it up. But I'll let him tell that story. My man, Brian Johnston.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up? Let's get a big cheer for Mr. Brian Johnston. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So today we're going to talk about love, loss, and how you're dealing with that afterwards, that grief, and how you're dealing with that. Because your testimony can help somebody that's listening to this podcast.
Absolutely.
I definitely want to make sure that you get a chance to share your story, and just be able to just talk to your brother.
Yeah.
Because I see you as a brother because he dated my sister. Back in the day. Yes, I'm putting it out there. He dated my sister back in the day, but he was a good dude.
Appreciate it.
Man, we had some memories though.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Virginia later.
Oh man. All right. So let's jump right into it.
Yeah, let's go.
Can you share just a little bit about before you got married, talking about how you and your wife dated and leading up to you getting married and how you met your wife?
So me and my wife, we met at church. My wife's family, as well as my family, are some of the pillars of our church. We've always been around each other. Her grandparents, my grandparents, her mom, dad, like all of us, we've always been around. So, but also we were 7 years apart. So we hung in circles, but not the same circle.
Yeah.
When I'm 7, she was literally just born. When I'm 10, she's 3. So it sounds weird saying it out loud.
So these days and times.
Please don't think I was courting this woman, like I was following her. It's nothing like that.
Right.
So, as we become adults, you spread it out, you do your own thing. And I was on Facebook, and this was I want to say 2009, 2010. I was on Facebook, and she came across as people you may know. And I was like, oh, I remember her. So, I slid in the DM. I'm like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? And it went from there, and it went to a friend request. One of the jokes is that I poked her. You know how Facebook used to have poke feature?
Right.
Yeah, that poke got me 3 kids in America.
Three kids.
Should have left that poke button alone.
That was a strong poke.
That was a strong poke. But it's just, just blossomed from there. We just, we always talk on Facebook. Then I eventually like, hey, listen, I'm about to get off Facebook. Is it okay if I give you my number? Slid her my number, and as they say, the rest is history. And it's just dating her was like probably the easiest thing ever. Like, it was just so effortless. Like, she made it so I guess she just made it easy to love her. It made it easy for me to be with her. Because at the moment, she did have a daughter. My daughter, she's not mine biologically, but she's my daughter.
Right.
And so I took that into consideration as well with dating her because, she has a baby, she has a little girl. At the time, my daughter was 3 years, 4. So finding a babysitter for someone that age isn't always easy.
Right.
So, some dates, sometimes either was just me going over there, just hanging with her. At the time, neither one of us had a car. So she was one bus away, one bus ride away from downtown, as was I. So some days we just like, hey, just meet me at the inner harbor. Just when the inner harbor was worth going to.
Yeah, right.
And we would just meet there. And I remember one time, in particularly, I called her. I was like, hey, we still on for the day and stuff like this. She's like, well, I can't do it. I was like, well, what's wrong? She's like, well, I can't find babysitter. I was like, bring her with you. And she's like, huh? I was like, bring her with you. Like, and, I'm dating, if I'm dating you, if I want to
Right.
build a relationship with you, I know that she's going to become a part of this. So
Wow.
just bring her with you. I'm like, I think Shamaya was probably 6 at the time. Probably about 5 or 6. I remember her telling me she always wanted to ride the boats at the inner harbor. I was like, bring her down there. We could get ice cream. We could get on the boats and take her out on the boats. And the look on my wife's face was like, seriously? I was like,
yeah. Shout out to you, man, for
oh,
stepping in the gap, man, because there's a lot of men that don't get credit for stepping in the gap.
listen,
And, so shout out to all the stepdads out there, or even the men that are not married to women, but that's filling in the gap and being a mentor to these young kids, whether it's their son or daughter. Shout out to all of you guys, man,
appreciate
because
it was, to me, it almost felt natural. Like, because those who know me knows I always enjoyed being around kids. I'm a big kid myself. So just being around kids, playing with kids and just doing kid things just came naturally. So when it came time for her to bring her, I'm like, hey, just bring her with you. Like, we could still, all we was going to do was eat ice cream and, like, what's one more person going to add? And then, she's having fun. We get her out the house. And I remember her telling me that was her turning point for me. That's when she knew this is it. He's him. Because she's always looked for someone to accept her and her daughter without any question. And shout out to my mom. She drove it home because she was supposed to stay the night. And she's like, well, I'll stay at my daughter. My daughter's like, listen. My mom was like, listen, she can stay in the room with me. Y'all stay in the room, be adults.
Yeah.
But, still bring her, I give her a little nightgown to sleep in. So she was like, that's all I wanted, was just somebody that's up. So shout out to my mom. She helped with she smoothed things over.
Always, let me shout out your mom too. Shout out, Mom. I love you. Even though I haven't seen you in a long time. I love you. Oh, and shout out to your brother too, man. Anthony.
Shout out to
Anthony, man.
Like, we'll get to, like, because they have been well, the tears gonna come, but those two in particularly, and with everything that has happened, have been such a strong point in my life.
Right.
Even with them hurting,
right,
they still find time to make sure me and the kids are okay. But like, me and Charlotte, we kicked it.
So tell me, how was it gaining the trust of your wife's daughter?
It was
in
easy.
that process.
Look, I don't want to say easy, but again, to me, everything just flowed so natural. Like, because again, the family we knew each other. Like, I still knew, I knew her aunts, I knew her mom, and if one of the episodes we actually did for our podcast, with the Married Life podcast, we did an episode on blended families, and one of the questions we asked Shamari, like, what was it that made you click with your dad? And she was like, well, I saw how he treated my mom. And again, I don't claim to be perfect. I don't claim to be the best guy, but me and my brother, we got this saying, we're cut from a different cloth, and make that fabric. Just the way we was brought up was, you knew my dad, we was, my dad was a man's man. Your dad is a man's man. Like, he told us, like, if you have a responsibility, you hold to that responsibility.
Absolutely.
Whether it's yours or not, if you're dating this young lady and she has this daughter, whether or not the father's in the life or not, you now have a responsibility to that child as well, and especially if you plan on marrying her. So
Absolutely.
it
Absolutely.
was just like, again, it just was natural. Like the first time I met her daughter outside of taking her to the when, this is before we took her to the harbor.
Mhm.
The first time I really went over there, they was having a cookout, and my daughter, she fell, bust the knee up, and she walked past her mom, walked past her aunt, came straight to me, and was like,
Mm.
Can you help me? And everybody in the room like, she don't even know this man.
Mm.
But she said she just felt a connection to me, and
Mhm.
we've been rocking and rolling for the past
Mhm.
15 years. That's
Wow.
that's that's my baby. That's my daughter. She's
Wow. Wow.
it's funny because actually at my wife's funeral, a few friends of mine was like, "She's not yours biologically." No, but she's still my daughter.
Right. Right.
That's my
Right.
one girl. She's my only girl. That's my baby. Like she thinks she's my mother now.
Oh yeah, my it's something about daughters, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like they can't do no wrong.
She can't do no
You
wrong.
know,
And she knows that. Like, I
yeah.
will go to the wall for
Oh
all
man.
3 of them.
Oh
But
yeah.
my daughter, I
Yeah.
told her when she was leaving from school, I told her, I was like, "Listen, I don't care how far you walk from school. If
Mhm.
you need me there,
Oh yeah.
I'll drive the 11 hours if I
Oh
have
yeah.
to.
Absolutely.
I'll, like, hitchhike if I like,
Mhm.
Imma get
Oh
to
yeah.
you." But,
Yeah.
yeah, she's always been that, like,
Mhm.
she's my daughter. I don't even call her my stepdaughter.
Mhm.
She doesn't call me her stepdad. She actually, wowed out a little boy at her school when she was in
Mhm.
school. He's like, "I guess your little stepdad come to get you." She's like, "First, he's not little, so don't play with him.
Mm.
2, he's not my stepdad. That
That's
is my
that's
dad.
my dad. That's
That's
what I'm
my
talking
dad."
about. That's what I'm talking
And
about.
for me, you felt warm inside. It's like,
Mhm.
wow,
Yeah.
like, 'cause we do it, but we don't do it for the recognition. We do it for
Exactly.
'cause that's what we do.
Right.
And when you hear them acknowledge, like, all the hard work, it makes you feel good. Like, I don't do it for it, but to
Mhm.
hear it, it's
Yeah.
good. It's cool. It's good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell me about, when you first becoming a dad. Like, what was that feeling like? Like, wow, I'm a dad. Like,
It was
it's not about me no anymore.
that's exactly
you
what I
know,
said. I
you
was
know.
like, the whole thing when I told her, "Just bring her with you." And even like I say, even before we got married, because we had my son,
Mhm.
Austin, 2 years prior to us getting married. Even with Shemaya, I tell everybody, my wife and my daughter saved me from me.
Mm.
As you said in the
Yeah.
intro, I was like pre
Yeah.
meeting, I was wilding out like like you said, I dated your sister. I mean,
Mhm.
we was cool, but we still was kids. Like
Right.
I
Right.
was like, it's some moments that prior to meeting my wife,
Mhm.
I don't want to say I don't think about, but I know I was no good to anybody. And
Mm.
it took me a while
Mhm.
to realize that, that, I was just out there to be out there. But
Mhm.
I tell her and I tell them all the time, my wife and my daughter saved me from me, because if I continued on the path that I was on,
Mhm.
I'd have been, you probably coming to my funeral sooner or later. Like,
Yeah.
because I just didn't care. Like, I didn't
Mm.
care who I hurt on the way. Like, as long as I got what I got,
Mhm.
I didn't care. But
Mm.
when between her and then having the daughter, it just like, listen, be like, your actions now don't just affect
Mhm.
you. You
Yeah.
got 2 other people.
Yeah.
Now with my
Yeah.
son, you got 3 other people that if
Mhm.
you don't make the right decisions, it don't just affect you. It's
Absolutely.
affect generations of you now. Like
Absolutely.
what I do, you know, Austin may say and may think is okay. He
Mhm.
grew up doing it.
Mhm.
His son grew up doing so just
Mhm.
off of my stupidity. It's
Mhm.
affecting a lineage. So I
Mhm.
just knew that when I met them, I had to get right. And I think that's what's the fun part about me and my wife's our relationship, how I call her our yin and yang.
Mhm.
Again, everybody who knows me, I'm the outgoing, I'm the sociable, I'm
Yeah.
the light, as you say, the life of the party.
Yeah.
Shauna was the complete opposite. She was
Mhm.
more reserved, more, not shy, but she scoped the scene
Yeah.
before she made a move. And with us together, it balanced us each other out. When I
Mhm.
needed to be reined in, she was like,
Mhm.
hey, I need you to sit down.
Mm.
Like, calm down.
Mm.
This ain't that type of party.
Yeah.
And when she needed to be the more rambunctious, more
Mhm.
vocal person, I was
Mhm.
like, babe, speak up, do what you need.
Yeah.
Because she had her own business.
Mhm.
And with that, we was in bridal shows, we was at weddings, we was in social settings, and she was a little timid sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey babe, listen, this says Shawnee Secret
Yeah.
Design. Like, you need to be at the forefront. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead. Like, you don't have to be as rambunctious as me.
Mm-hmm.
But be known. Let them hear you. Let them see you. So
Yeah.
that's how, like, that dynamic for us.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the glue that really kept
Kept it
everything
together.
going. Like, we played off each other so well. It was like people looked at us like, I don't know where one end and the other began. I'm like, man, that's what I'm like. That's where I wanted it. I wanted it to be us. We was a unit. We was a real unit.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And it's hearing you saying how you checked yourself when you were going through. It's like every man has that moment where you're like, man, I gotta
You gotta grow up.
I gotta grow up. Yeah. I
Gotta
gotta
grow up.
I gotta grow. This is how I'm not being an example for my kid, or even if you don't have a kid, you're not being an example for even the people that you're mentoring, or your friends, because
Right.
you mean you should be holding yourself accountable, and your group or
Yeah.
your friends are holding each other accountable.
Yeah. And
Everybody should be holding each other accountable.
And like I said, at the time, I was crossing 30. I turned 30 that year.
Mhm.
You know, I had just my father had just passed away early part of
Mhm.
that year, so it was a lot of growing up
Mhm.
that I needed to do. And shout out to my guys. Shout out, as you remember when we used to call ourselves the Sixers. Shout out to the Sixers. Like we hold each other.
Mhm.
Even now, we hold each other accountable. And I'm the elder statesman in the group. I'm 2 years older.
Yeah, man. You are the elder statesman.
Don't do it. And you know, even still, like we all have times where we got to check each other, like and that's what I love about the relationship that we have.
I
That
love that.
we are not scared to hold each other
Yeah.
accountable. Like
Mhm.
like yo, if if I know I'm screwing up, if I know I'm doing something wrong, they quick, especially Anthony, and
Mhm.
he holds no cut cards. Like
Oh yeah.
he will pull me to the side, and not even just because he's my brother, just
Mhm.
because he's just another male that I trust with. He'll pull me to the side like, yo, B, I need to get
Right.
like,
Right.
yo, you are tripping, my God.
Yeah.
Like, and I love that for them. Like
Mhm.
every one of them, they in each of their special way, they come to me like, hey, listen, you know, if you need it, cool, but yo, we gotta get you back on track with this. So like, yeah, we hold each other accountable all the time.
Who wouldn't benefit from a friend like that? Like someone that's going to tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear.
Yeah, I don't want
like I need it. I needed it. It may hurt.
Yeah,
it may hurt.
Yeah,
but that's only for temporarily. But I need that.
I'd rather,
you know what I'm saying?
I'd rather you as my friend hurt me than go out into the world be hurt in ways that can't be repaired.
Absolutely.
At least I know if you come to me, it may hurt, but it hurts with love.
Right.
Like you're coming to me with love. The world, they don't care about your feelings. They're gonna hurt you. They're gonna do, and you may put yourself in a situation out there where nobody can help you.
Right.
So I love the fact that my guys, all six of us, we pulled ourselves together. Like we had little powwows. Like, man, I can't make the one tomorrow because I work. But we do every Monday. We go do the cigar. We sit there and we just talk about the week. We just unload.
Yeah.
And if we can help each other in it, we help each other in it.
Yeah.
And ever since, like I said, ever since my wife passed, that has been my one thing that's definitely has helped.
Man, that's great, man. That's great. You know, every man should have, like I said this my last podcast to my last guest. Every man should have a group of men they can count on, they can lean on when they can't talk to someone else, because men need that space, safe space too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, men need that. You know, holding it in is not.
Holding it is going to hurt you more. Yeah, it's going to hurt you more than letting it out.
Yeah.
Like I've had instances where stress has played so much of, like, when you don't feel well, you think you're as a cold. No, sometimes stress will beat your body up.
Yeah.
So bad, stress and depression will beat your body up to the point where you think you're sick, but it's more mental. Like wherever your mind think, your body is going to react to it. So I love the fact that I kind of low. Sometimes I feel like I'm a burden, and they quick to tell my B, you're going through some things that men your age don't necessarily
come back from, right, or come back from.
He's like you're bounce back from this just like, and if we can help with that bounce back in any way, we're here for you. You know, good, bad, or indifferent. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to the guys.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, we talked about you becoming a father, you establishing that relationship as a blended family. and you lean on your brothers during tough times. So let's tap into the grief that you had to, that you still currently deal with,
Yeah.
because that never goes away.
Never,
That
never,
never
never.
goes away. So let's talk about the accident. Let's start with an accident.
Yeah. So, she passed away in the freakiest of accidents. It was over a 3-day period. So July 3rd of 2023, my wife and my daughter was walking across the street, just casually in Annapolis, walking across the street, and a car, just didn't see him, fouled into him. The whole conversation just leading up to that was just crazy because I know every morning I get a phone call from my wife anyway. She call me, let me know she's at work, call me, make sure I got the boys up, because if she don't call me, we're probably gonna sleep through the whole day. And I got the phone call, and it was my daughter crying. And I was like, "What's wrong? What's going on? What's wrong?" And here I'm getting the boys ready for they going their way to their godparents. I'm on my way to work, and she's like, "Daddy, a lady hit us." So I'm thinking it
While
was
they were walking?
Yeah, what they was walking across the street. So they was in the street, and a lady hit them as pedestrians.
Oh, wow.
So when my daughter told me, I'm thinking vehicular.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking a car accident. So I had a sense of urgency, but not a real sense of urgency.
Gotcha.
Like I was concerned, but I'm like, okay, I'm more concerned now. Like, all right, I'm in husband mode now. I'm like, all right, aggressive app open, about to file a claim, da 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 da.
Right.
Now, mind you, she's in Annapolis. I'm in the city. So I put the boys in the car. We're driving, and my wife calls, and she's getting loaded into the ambulance. I was like, "You okay?" She's like, "Babe, lady hit us." I was like, "Okay, where's your car at so I could go follow?" She's like, "My car's at my job." I was like, "How? Why you say you got hit?" She's like, "Babe, we was walking across the street in the lake." So that immediately changed the whole thing. So, funny enough, we have this app on our phone. It's a location app where we have for the kids, and it shows how far you are in correspondence with that person.
Right.
My wife said as she hung up, she looked on it, because I told her I'm on my way. She looked on the app, and it said Brian was 30 minutes away. That's when she was getting loaded into the ambulance. When she got to the hospital, it said Brian was 10 minutes away. She's like, I was like, no, because now once she told me what happened,
right. Oh yeah,
everything changes.
Right. Nothing else matters.
Nothing. Like, listen, if they gonna pull me over, they got to follow me to the hospital now. And I didn't see my wife till after she was discharged, because being that my daughter was a minor, I had to sit with her, make sure I asked her questions and everything. And thankfully, my daughter, she walked away. She had a bunch of bruises, had a slight concussion. And at the time, my wife, she only had a broken ankle. We played sports, we dies, we've broken bones.
Right.
Like, you know what's serious, but you don't think it's serious.
Right.
So that was on July the 3rd. July the 4th, we played it safe, didn't really do much. My wife was scared of fireworks. So I know she hates the fact that I tell people that. She was terrified of fireworks. So we didn't really do the fireworks thing. I just cooked on the grill, nothing real major. July the 5th, I went back to work, and she told me, she's like, "Hey, babe, I have a doctor's appointment that following day. It's ortho to see if I needed the surgery or anything like that." I was like, "All right, cool. I may not get off completely, but I could come in late." So we get up that Thursday morning as if nothing was wrong. The kids was up. Our day was just starting as normal. I'm dressed for work. It's like July 6th, so I asked her, like, "You want to take my truck or you want to take the car?" She said, "Well, the car would be easier for her to get in and out of with the cats." I was like, "All right, cool." So we're going out Towson. Her first appointment was at a radiology place. She got an X-ray. This one, Miss Johnston, it looked like it's a clean break. You ain't got to worry about the surgery or nothing like that. I was like, cool. Like, if anything, you're gonna get just the boot or a real cast.
Right.
So we like, okay, so these, like, we're sending to the ortho doctor. Like, by the time you get there, they have everything. So we walking up, and I'm looking at her, and she looking a little out of sorts. I was like, "You okay, babe?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I don't know if it's the food or." I'm like, "You talking about my cooking?" Like, she's like, "No, but, like, I think I probably just ate too late last night, so it's just sitting in my chest because I made burgers and stuff like that." I was like, I'm like, "But if you still feel weird when we go in the doctors, just let them know." I mean, although it's an ortho, we're in a doctor's office. They'd be able to. She's like, "Yeah, I should be okay." So we pulls up to it, and I'm like, "Baby, you want to use your crutches or you want to get a wheelchair?" Terrance, if you saw the look she gave me, she was like, "If you don't go get a wheelchair and leave me alone." I was like, "All right, I'll go get the wheelchair." I pulls up to the front of the wheelchair, and quite literally, I'm gonna try to be as. She swung from the passenger seat of her car into the wheelchair, and all the color just left her face. And I was like, "Babe, you okay?" She's like, "I don't feel good, babe. I don't feel good." And that was the last thing she said. She coded literally right there in the wheelchair.
Wow.
And I'm calling her name, and she's responded, but not responded.
Right, right.
Like, she's like, she hears me calling, but she can't give me answers. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, stroke, maybe heart attack.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
I calls her best friend, who's a nurse, who's a doctor. Sorry, she's a doctor. And she's like, "Brian, do the sternum up, do the sternum up." And I couldn't really do it because she slunched over and in a wheelchair. So I don't, like, I'm panicking anyway, so I can't. So a lady just happened to be out there that she's like, "Do you need a doctor?" I was like, "Yes." So like the whole building cleared out. Shout out to Mercy Medical building. The whole building cleared out. He tried to work on it, like, "Do you need 911?" We already have 911 on the way. And the building manager, office manager, would not let me drive by myself. She saw how disheveled and upset I was.
Yeah.
She's like, "Do you need me to drive you?" I was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm good." She's like, "Mr. Brian, Mr. Johnston, I will follow behind you. I don't want you driving by yourself." So we wound up getting to GBMC. Anthony, my brother, met me there. His wife met me there. Her best friend met me there, and my pastor. And I want to say an hour and a half later, they was telling me she was gone. Just that quick. I never really got a chance to say bye to her. But they said when she came in, they tried, they gave me the script, as they say. Because when we were sitting in the waiting room, they put us in another room, like, cut it off. But then they came and got us out of that room, like, "Hey, we need you to follow us." I knew then what they was about to tell us. And Anthony, he's trying to be the optimist. He's like, "Be calm." I'm like, "Yo, they're not gonna pull us from here to here to say she's okay."
Right.
And I remember they was telling us, like, all that's happened and everything. And the way they was telling me, I was thinking they was about to say, "Well, she's in ICU now," or whatever, whatever. So my pastor he was the one who said, so where are we at now?" And he's like, "I'm sorry to say," and I don't remember even him saying she passed. When I heard "I'm sorry to say," I knew what was coming next. And I tell everybody, I was okay with telling her mom. I was okay with telling her aunts. I was okay with calling siblings.
My daughter.
When I had to come home to my kids after they just saw her leave that morning, and that's why we don't say goodbye. We used to say, just out of habit, say goodbye. We do not say goodbye because,
Right.
"I see you later."
Right.
And just the fact that after, and my daughter, she was blowing my phone up, and I didn't know what to say. I couldn't, like I said, we had that app where you had the location on. I turned it off because I didn't want her to see that we come home so quickly after just being at the hospital.
Right.
And it's the closer I got to my house, the sicker I felt. My nerves just couldn't get myself together. Like Anthony, he drove me home. Well, he drove my wife's car home. I wrote my pastor. And I told him, I'm like, "Pastor, like, I don't feel good." He like, "Brian, if you need to throw up," I was like, and pulled over. And when we got to the house, my mom was outside with my boys. And one time I wanted them in the house. They outside playing. It's like, so now I had to push all that down because I don't want them to see me upset before I had the chance to tell them. Like, because, Austin, he'll read my face quick and be like, "Daddy, what's wrong?" And I distinctly remember my mom walking up to my brother, and Anthony just shook his head, and my mom broke. And she came over to me to give me a hug, and I told her, I distinctly was like, "Mom, I need you to get it together." I still have to tell the kids, like, they can't see us crying before we have a chance to tell them what's going on.
Right.
And I remember walking in the house, and the boys asked, like, "Daddy, where's Mommy? How's Mom?" And it's taking everything in me not to fall apart on the driveway. Like, at my house. It took everything in me. I get inside, I sit down. The moment I sit down, my daughter already knew. She's like, Daddy, where's Mom? And I told her, I'm like, listen, Mommy didn't feel good. We had to rush her to the hospital, unfortunately.
Take your time, bro. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
Fortunately, she's gone. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Like, telling my kids that was, as a dad, the worst thing.
Man, I can only imagine, man.
It was like, bro, like, I mean, I hate that it's a thing we laugh about now. When I told my daughter, she took her phone, threw it, and I just bought an 80-inch TV. She missed it by inches. It's funny because like all that's happening. The first thing I thought about was like,
oh, shit, not that TV.
I get that TV. But yeah, it was such a surreal. Even now, it's still such a surreal moment. Like, you never, like, my wife was only 37 at the time when she passed.
Oh, man.
And you never, one of her favorite songs that best describe our relationship. Well, our first dance was A Couple of Forever by Chrisette Michelle. And then as our relationship grown, the song Forever by Jason Nelson, she always said that best describes how she felt about it. And even now, sometimes I can't listen to it completely.
Yeah, understandable.
Like,
understandable.
And it has nothing against the song. It's
an
awesome song, but just now it's so attached to her that I can't listen to this whole song without going into a whole Baptist pit as it's like I'm crying. It's the ugly cry, but it was definitely something that I do not want to wish on my worst enemy. Like,
and like you said, it's like you don't know what, like, for you brother, for you to have the wherewithal to sit down and tell your kids at that moment in time, and having to calm yourself down.
Yeah,
like, brother, I applaud you.
Thank you.
Because I don't know, that couldn't have been me.
Yeah, and even Anthony, he said that he like, just to be able to sit there, and because I like, because even the godparents was there with us, and they like, do you want us to tell them? I'm like, no, it needs
to be.
It needs to be me. It has to come from me. Like, it has to come. Like, granted, take nothing away from the godparents, but news like this, I felt just had to come from me. I had to be the one to tell them.
Right.
And yeah, it took a lot. It took, like, I think after that, I really didn't break down that day till later that night. Because again, I went into husband and dad.
Right.
Because now I'm like, all right, I got to find the insurance stuff. I gotta make sure the kids, like, people would. And it's funny, like, it's one thing to be on one side of the grieving process and then be on the other side. Because I used to be the one like, hey, make sure you eat. Make sure you do this. Now everybody is flipped. And now I'm getting like, Brian, did you eat? I'm like, no, I got it. Like, no, Brian, you need it. I'm like, no, but, and I now remember the conversation I've had with other people. And like, and then sometimes you just have to take it into yourself, like, take your own advice.
Yeah.
Like, you're no good to nobody else if you can't get yourself together. Right. So like, I think it was like later that day, I eventually sat down and really ate. I could say one day, to this day, I am tired of Popeye's chicken, because it seemed like everybody that came to my house brought Popeyes, because I live right next to a Popeye. So, excuse me, they must have just like, you got to do something to eat, and everybody gave us Popeyes. But like, yeah, it's just, just as, again, just being a man, being a guy, you just know your duties now. Like, I have to call an insurance company. I have to call the funeral home, because again, this happened at 10:30 that morning. She passed 10:36 that morning. So about noonish, I started to get the influx of people, because, it's during the summer. So a lot of people on summer vacation, a lot of people off. So like, before I'm like, I have to make sure this is right. And again, shout out to my mom, because when I say she is she has been my MVP. Like,
Ain't nothing like a mom, bro.
Listen,
Ain't
bro,
nothing like a mom, bro.
and her birthday's Tuesday, so happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday.
When I say she was the unadulterated, and her and Anthony, but Mom, she stayed at my house, even to sleep, like went to as far as sleeping on my couch. And I used to force her, I tried to force her home. I'm like, Mom, go home, like go lay down. She's like, no, I want to make sure you're fine. I want to make sure you're okay. I'm like, and I think she stayed at my house for like a little over a month after my wife passed. Like we was well into August before, like it was right before the school kids went back to school. She went, and I remember one time I went when I went back to work, she was there, and I came home, and my youngest son, Caleb, he came up. He's like, Dad. I was like, what's wrong? He's like, me, my clean everything. I was like, what do you mean? He like, she clean. And as I walked into the house, I could start seeing what he's talking about. She's like, all the dishes clean. She washed me in Austin's clothes. It's like the only room she didn't touch is yours. But everybody's room is clean. And at the time, he was 6. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
So talk about, because, like you said, you were on the other side now, where you were dealing with the death of your wife. And, while you dealing with all of the things that come along with, planning and getting the information, like, and I know that, family means well, but I know sometimes it could be overwhelming because, they mean well, but sometimes you may not have that opportunity because you're trying to get everything together. And I don't, did you have a time to grieve through that? Because
So the actual day that she passed, Anthony took my phone from me. He said, make whatever calls you need to do. Once you're done that, give me your phone. Because he knew I was about to get the influx of text messages, phone calls. He's like, give me your phone, go upstairs in your room, cry. He's like, bro, I need you to cry. He's like, yeah, you did it at the hospital. Like, I need you to realize what's going on. He like, because you locked in right now and you're on 1,000. I need you to take your goofy tail upstairs, shut your door, get yourself an hour. I'll come check it. You like, get yourself together. Like, cause you like, I don't need you by yourself when this happened. Like, even with you being upstairs, we're here, but I need you to go take some time to yourself. And cry. You like, cause you're going to burn yourself out before you even have the chance to do anything else. So yeah, he took my phone from me. He said, if I gotta turn it off, I will. But whatever text messages come through, don't work. Give me your phone, give me your iPad, give me that game controller. Go upstairs and cry. He's like, cause you're gonna burn yourself out. He's like, you're gonna explode, and when you explode, it's not gonna be the way you want it. It's gonna be more anger than grief. He's like, go upstairs and that's what I did. Like when I got upstairs, I think that's when everything really hit. Because again, I was locked into husband mode. I'm like, all right, I got to call the funeral home. I got to make sure the insurance company is like, I got to do this, like this kids eating, like, and literally he is like it felt like to me the world was moving so fast. And Anthony literally just stepped through that. It was like, oh, you fine. He's like, I need you. Go sit down. Go upstairs. And I sit down out here in this crowd. If they looking for you, I tell them, don't worry about it. You're okay. Go up there and cry.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Anthony.
Yeah, shout out
Anthony.
And like even with all that, he was still hurting. But he had just had the wherewithal to know, hey, my brother needs me more than like, go upstairs. So, yeah, shout out to him.
And so how, after you told your kids, how are your kids dealing with their grief?
So Maya, she has a moment because again, she's the only girl. And so she has her moments. Austin is we call Austin Mr. Don't Miss. His spiritual maturity is mine. At the time she passed, he was 9 years old, and I'll never forget this. Like out of everything that has happened from that day to now, this sticks out. Again, I'm in husband, dad mode. I'm sitting on the steps in my dining room and I'm going through my phone, sending paperwork stuff. And he comes up to me, face dry, don't even look like he's cried. Comes up to me, puts his hand on my shoulder, and it's like, Dad, we're going to be okay.
Mm.
I was like, yo, come on. Like,
Mm.
me and Anthony is standing right next to me.
Wow.
He's like, Dad, we're going to be okay. I was like, come on, don't do this right now. He's like, your mommy taught me that if I live the way I'm supposed to live, he's like, I believe in God. I know I'm going to see mommy again. I was like, whew. I'm like, I'm supposed to be telling you that.
Right.
I'm supposed to tell you, like, hey, you know, here you are at 9 years old, comes up to me and just reassured me in ways that, like, people have said, you know, gave him condolences, said what they needed to say, but those words from my 9-year-old son hold so much. Like, just the fact that he knew enough to know God got us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And his thing is, Dad, it's okay not to be okay. Because I remember we was in a car, and just probably was a couple of days afterwards. We in the car, and he could see my face is wrenched. Like, I just couldn't hold it because he was in the Lion King at a church in Cherry Hill and Turner Station. And the only reason why he was there was because of Sean. She found the ad. She took him to the auditions and stuff. And so now going without her was just weighing on. And we were sitting at the light, and I'm crying. He looked at me. He's like, Dad, you okay? I was like, and he could see me wiping the tears. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. He leaned up in the car. I was like, he looked at me dead in the eyes, like, it's okay not to be okay. I was like,
wow,
dude, sit down. Put your seatbelt on.
Wow.
Why are you up here?
Man, your son is a man beyond his years.
Listen, and that's what everybody, when everybody who's meet Austin has always said that, because he was my preemie kid. He was born 3 months premature, and he has such a calling on his life that I do my best to try to cultivate and pour into that. Like, but yeah, in one instance, one thing that really took me over the edge with him, one of his best friend's father passed away almost right after Shauna did. So he drew from his own grief to help her with it. And I'm sitting there, and like, he's sitting next to me, they're FaceTiming each other. And she's like, I'll never hear or see my dad again. He's like, listen, when I miss my mom, I know she hears me. And I know sometimes she answers in ways. It may be a breeze. It may be a song. I'm looking like, yo, who are you? He's like, just know that your dad, although not here physically, he still hears you. He still knows you're like, so whatever you do, make sure your dad knows you're doing it. But it's like, who is this boy? But yeah, Austin, he's just something. He is something else. That's my guy. That's all three of my kids. Like, they're awesome. Like, Caleb, like, with his age, he tried to he says he misses his mom, but it's just he has a hard time really articulating it.
Right.
But we know, he definitely misses her.
Right. And with that being said, and you learning how to deal with that grief, and your kids learning how to deal with that grief, grief, what are some adjustments that you had to make after that? Because I know, when you're a unit, you work together and everything. So it's an adjustment.
It definitely was an adjustment. Because I joke, but it's the truth. Shauna was the smarter of us two. She was the more logistics person. So, like, when the kids had doctor's appointments and kids had to go ahead, Shauna was like, all right, babe, we gotta do this. Like, I was literally, sometimes I just felt like transportation, like, because she planned my whole day out. She's like, listen, Austin got a doctor's appointment, Caleb got our doctor, Maya has cheerleader practice. I was like, all right. She's like, babe, what did I just say? I was like, huh? She's like, exactly. Austin has. She's like, give me a phone. And she like, we had a whole calendar set up. So just now, just because, like I said, our roles were split. Like, we was a true, it was a true partnership. It was a true give and take. Like, especially once she got her license, like, it was a big relief, because sometimes I was at work, kids had to go some places, like, and just trying to move it around. But Yeah, it was definitely an adjustment because we now have to. For all intents and purposes, I'm a single dad. Yes, I have help from my village, but some things, sometimes you just need dad to do it.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's definitely an adjustment. It's even 2 years in, we're still adjusting to it. We're still adjusting to it. Like I said, my daughter, she thinks she's my wife, my mother. She's the unofficial den mother for the house. Like she's because I be trying to sometimes do the gentle parenting with the boys. She's looked at me like, Dad, really? Like she literally would step in and was like, Austin, what did he say do? Do it. So yeah.
Do you have those moments where with your daughter where you'll say to yourself, there's the times where I need more?
So yes, because I used to joke with Shauna when I was like, we be having conversations. She's like, you have to, especially when it came time for boys and boyfriends, like, high school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I used to tell her, I was like, well, babe, some conversations you should have with her because I don't know what it's like to be a 17, 18-year-old girl.
Right.
Like,
Right.
If I talk to her, it's going to sound like dad because that's the only place I know to come from.
Right.
It's
Right.
dad. Like
Right.
with you, when you're 17, 18, you could talk to her on a different level where it's more relatable because you've been there. Like now when Austin and Caleb are 16, 17, that conversation goes different because I know what it's like to be a 16, 17-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell people, like, I parent my the way I parent, the kind of parent I am to Shemaiah is a different kind of parent I am to the boys. Even with the age gap, it's an 11-year age gap, I think, between Maya and Austin. And sometimes, I have to be dad. Like, I play the fence real light with Shemaiah compared to the boys. When they guys, boys, so I gotta be a little bit harder on them. But I'm also hard on my daughter. I remember the first time she really started having a boyfriend. It was a young guy at her school, and he's like, Dad, I really like him. He's 17. He was a little older than her. He had a car, played football. I was like, listen.
Look, I see the headache right there, right? Just from talking about it.
Listen, so, because I told her, I'm like, listen, Shemaiah, what I'm about to say to you, I'm not saying it. It's coming from a dad spot, but it's also coming from experience. I was 17 in high school. I was 17 in high school with a car. I was 17 in high school with a car that played sports. Last thing on my mind was really having a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm like, be careful. If you like them, cool. I want to meet them. I want to see who this guy is. And her cut you off card is good. She came to me, I want to say probably a week later. She's like, Dad, don't worry about him. What? She knew what he was about.
See, that's good. That's good.
She knew what I like. And I always tell people, I want to be the kind of dad where they're not scared to come. If something happens, I want them to be like, hey, I need to call my dad instead of, hey, my dad can't find out about it.
Right.
Because because I try to be as transparent with them just so they know that, there's nothing off limits.
Yeah.
You could talk to me about. I think the only thing I'm not ready to talk about is sex with my daughter. But I know what's coming.
My daughter's 14.
See, my daughter's 19. She's in college.
And
so.
she's just starting talking to boys. She in high school, man.
Terrance, it's coming.
Bro.
It's coming. It's coming. But I also, with my daughter, I credit the women that I have in my life, be it my sister-in-law, Anthony's wife, her aunts on her mother's side. She has an aunt. Shout out to Shanquita. She lives in West Virginia, and she reaches out to her every day. She texts us, this past Friday would have been me and my wife's 10-year wedding anniversary. And she checked out on us. She's like, hey, you good? You cool? I was like, the day is rough.
Yeah.
But I'm pressing my way through. I'm trying to, because I know if Shauna was here, she was like, listen, I need you to get yourself together and push on. Because at first I wasn't going to go to work. And I remember her be like, look, if she was here, I would still have to work. So like, just go ahead to work. And, but yeah, her, again, my sister-in-law area, my mom, her mother's aunts, her great aunts, like all the women have stepped up in ways that I couldn't even imagine. And shout out, I know they're going to send it to them. Shout out to my kids' godparents. Troy and Renee Rock. I couldn't have picked a better set of godparents if I made them myself. They are the true epitome of what godparents are.
And you don't find that often, so
listen,
definitely shout out to them.
Between them, their sons, and even their respective mothers, I only say godparents. It's the God family, because like everybody has stepped up in ways that you pick godparents and the godparent, but Tori, Renee, DJ, Jordan, Miss Sandra, Miss Gloria has stepped up. Like it's days when I don't even have to ask. They know. Like, with Austin, he started making middle school, I needed this, this, and this. And it was to the point where they didn't really ask me. They're like, all right, what size shoe you wear? All right, cool. They be there wearing what kind of uniforms he need? Cool. And see, I'm the type of person. I don't want to say I'm very prideful, but I don't try to ask a lot of people because I sometimes don't want to feel like a burden.
Right.
And they quick to tell me, Brian, we're your godparents. Like that's what we're here for. We're here to help.
Absolutely, and they are correct.
If we're here to help you in any way, we can help you. And so like their sons, their son Jordan will text me quick. Was like, hey, the boys home. Yeah, come get them. Take them to the basketball court. So like, I remember the summer after Shauna passed, we was hitting on seemed like almost every fair in the state of Maryland. Like Brian, we're going to the York Fair. You want to go? Cool. We're going to Montgomery Fair. You want to go? Cool. Delaware State got it. I was like, by the time the Maryland State Fair come, ain't nobody gonna want to go. Like, well, you gonna go there too? You want to go?
Yeah.
But they and they go to my church. They're members of my church. They actually they're officers in my church. One's a deaconess in training, Renee, and their godfather, chairman of our trustee board. And like I said, I couldn't have picked better godparents. Like they call their godmother Honey, and it's on my Facebook. One picture in particular that almost epitomized the relationship they had. They had a moment at church. I want to say it was right around Christmas, where they had a moment of grief where they was missing their mom. They didn't want me. Didn't want their godfather. Didn't want their grandmother. All they wanted was their godfather. And they sat right up under her, and the tears just started because that's all me and Shauna wanted. We wanted someone who will love our children unequivocally.
Right.
And that's what Troy and Renee. Even with their own, they had grandchildren now, stuff like that. They still make sure my godparent. I joke because once Renee and Troy comes to church, no one else matters. Yeah. They don't care about me. They don't care about my mother. All they know is Troy. Like if Troy and Renee, if the boys don't come to church, and Troy and Renee come to church, they're upset. So I'm not. They didn't come to church today. And my son's calling me now. Yeah, they're such awesome. Like the village alone has done above and beyond anything I could ask.
Yeah, man, it takes a village.
Yeah,
it takes a village.
And you hear it, and you're like, yeah, but isn't it until you need that village?
Yeah, man.
Like where it really becomes real to you. Like some of the stuff I don't think I could have gotten through the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Without my village, be it the guys, the godparents, my mom, come here talking to you with it. Like,
yeah, man.
I will probably be in a corner somewhere, wrapped in a white sheet, because it's they've stepped up and taken so much of the burden. I'm not even gonna say burden, but just helped out in ways where it doesn't feel like a burden.
Right, exactly, and and like I said, man, I commend you, man, because number one, it's hard to, whether you're a single mom or dad. That part right there, that's hard enough by itself.
Right.
And I commend your village that helped, that stepped in, because you still had to go through your process, because you still processing and you're still going through your grief. So that support system has to step in and fill in the gaps. Where you need that help.
Yeah, and like I said, they've done that. Like days where I may feel a little overwhelmed. They're like, hey, you want us to come get the boys? Like I said, Shauna's family is like, even before Shauna passed, like they always been an awesome family. Again, because we always knew each other, and some like it's nothing for me to call her cousin, or I call her cousin sister.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, you mind taking the boys this weekend? She's like, yeah, I'll let you know. And they can't, but 9 times out of 10, she's like, all right, they could come over.
Yeah.
And I'll take them over there Friday, and they're riding, like, their aunt, Shauna's aunt, comes to our church. So I'm like, can you mind bringing the boys with you?
Yeah.
Into town when you come to church? And again, it's without question. Like, all right, no problem, we got you.
Yeah.
But having that support system, having that support system has been a godsend. Like, I don't see how some people either don't want it or burn so many bridges to the point where they don't have it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't see myself being the person that I am today without my support system. And that's facts. Like, facts.
Yeah. So I know you have your good days and your bad days still.
Absolutely.
And so tell me about how you manage during the bad days.
It's just one word: prayer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's it's a saying that my church says, there's no secret to what God can do.
Yeah.
What he's done for others, he'll do for you.
Absolutely.
And that has been my mind. Like, I love the fact that, I work at a hospital, and I have access to a chapel. And them days where the world just seems like it's overwhelming, I go pray. I just like, sometimes it's not even pray. I just sit and just listen. Be it God's voice or my wife's voice. I just had those days where it's bad. I just look to God. Like, I mean, there's nobody else I could turn to.
Yeah.
That's who has been holding me together on the days I've been falling apart.
Yeah.
It's been him. And I mean, and granted, therapy as well. Therapy, I tell everybody, therapy is for me, prayer is for them.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Therapy is for me to get Brian together.
Yeah.
Prayer is for them, because sometimes if it wasn't for prayer, you wouldn't like the Brian I may become. So I pray that I'm in areas where I could be me, where I'm accepted for my faults and for what I'm like, because I love my job. Like, I remember just recently I had a moment where I literally broke down at work, and my manager, and I've known Rod for 23 years now. He came up to me, he's like, "Yo, B, go ahead. Just, I got it. Go get yourself together. Take all the time you need."
Yeah.
He gave me a hug, and he like said, whisper a soft prayer in my ear. He's like, take your time. When you're ready to come back, come back. Just go take the time you need. Because again, with grief, it hits, and when it hits, it's not subtle. It hits you like it's a wave of emotions, and it could be from anywhere. Like, I could look at a clock sometimes and see, if you saw on my Facebook, 9:19, and that'll set me off, because that's our wedding anniversary.
Right.
I could be listening to the song in my ear. It could be like, grief will. It's such a sneaky, like, and like I say, it comes from left field. You don't get no warning about it. It could be, I could just have a random memory pop up in my head,
and shut you down.
It will cripple me. Like, and with all that's been happening the past couple of months, my daughter graduating high school, starting college, also moving to middle school, like, those milestones, it's like, it hits you, because like, you want your wife, you want their mom there to experience that, because we set all this up with them so many years ago, like, and to see it start to come into fruition and not have her around to see the work that she's put in. It could be crippling. It definitely could be crippling.
Yeah. Let's go back to where you said that you attended therapy. The reason why I want to go back to that, because I want the brothers that are listening to understand how important it is to have go to therapy.
Oh, listen,
because that's important.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I was one of those guys who was like, I'm not going to therapy. I'm not sitting on nobody's couch. Like, I'm fine. I can take care of this. till I need it.
Yeah, we all. Yep.
Bro, listen,
Yep. Mhm.
I was my first session when I sat down, it was like somebody took a big weight off of my shoulder. Like,
Hmm.
I was like, "Oh, this is what I was missing out
Yeah.
on."
Yeah.
And I have a, I haven't been in a while. I need to go back,
Mhm.
but I had a Christian, and he was a Christian-based therapist, and
Mhm.
so it was like, it didn't feel like I was talking to a therapist. I felt like I was
Mhm.
talking to a fellow brother. Like, the conversation flowed
Mhm.
so well. So, but I tell everybody, especially men, especially young black men,
Mhm.
bro, go to her. Get
Yeah.
talk to somebody. I mean, yes, you have your peers, you have your brothers, but sometimes you need a professional outlook on what's going on. Like, again, as we were saying, sometimes you got those yes men that's going to agree
Yeah.
with you
Yeah.
into fault. Like, they just
Mhm.
agree with you for the simple fact that but you need somebody to tell you, like, yo, B, that's not how you handle things.
Yeah.
That's not what it is you do.
Yeah.
Because again, before I met my wife, I was
Mhm.
on a very destructive path, and it wasn't destructive where I was, got into drugs. It was just my actions
Right. Right.
and how I handle certain things.
Mhm.
Just was one was a level of immaturity that I wasn't ready to let go yet.
Mm.
And again, it's just, I was single. I was a
Yeah.
single guy, no kid, and I'm 30 with my own apartment. Oh, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Right. Right.
Nothing. Like, but yeah, therapy is definitely it's it's one of them things. It's one of them things you don't need. You need it till you need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even with my kids, they
Mhm.
they love it. Like, I'll say, like, Dad, I gotta go talk, because they do their
Mhm.
therapy with their school, so it's not. We've been to
Mhm.
Roberta's house and places like that, but they also do it via their school. Shamaya,
Mm.
we go to the same person. I'm in the same office, but two different people.
Mhm.
But because prior to that, shout out to the Parkville High School cheer team. They stepped up with Shamaya, and because Shauna passed right before her senior year, and they stepped up in a way that, now I'm sorry, not senior. I won't say junior, senior. Um, 2 years ago, so it was a junior. They stepped up and held her together in ways that we couldn't even, like, they was a real sisterhood. Like,
Mm.
her coach, like, they dedicated one of their routines
That's
to
beautiful,
her.
man.
Like, they did a
That's
they did a
yeah.
competition. So, and Shauna's favorite color was green, so they wore green highlights in
Mhm.
their uniform. They dedicated it to Shauna.
Mm.
They had the boomsticks with a name on it, so it was definitely. But
Mm.
again, just goes back to that, just how important having a
Yeah.
great village around.
Yeah. Yeah. What advice would you give someone that coming into a blended family situation?
Keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Keep an open mind. Like, it's not going to be easy. I'm letting you know that now.
Mhm.
I was I wouldn't say ours was hard, but it wasn't extremely easy. It was very calm at points, but
Mhm.
I always say keep an open mind, because whether you like it or not, that male, that father or that mother is
Mhm.
going to always be there.
Mhm.
There it's going to always be a relationship between that child and that parent.
Mhm.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but you have to realize that, you know, I think with me, I just try. I don't want to say I try to play the middleman, but I just try to be that buffer
Mhm.
where I could facilitate between all three of them.
Mhm.
I try not to get in the way, as you
Mhm.
say. Like, uh, I mean, Shemaya's dad, he tried as best as he could, and I'm not the kind of guy to sit here and knock another male.
Yeah.
Um, because I mean, we're cordial. Now, granted,
Mhm.
we probably won't go out for drinks or cigars or anything like that, but we're
Yeah.
cordial enough for the sake
Of
of
course.
of
Right.
Shemaiah. And even with, as we was growing up, and Maya was starting to take to me a little bit more, as opposed to taking to our dad. Um, Father's Day and birthdays, she does this whole elaborate post with me. And while I'm appreciative of, I'm like, hey,
Mm.
listen, you text your dad.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
like, but dad, I was like, listen, he's still your dad.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
still your father. Send a text. Like, it doesn't
Mhm.
have to be as grandiose, as elaborate as mine. But I'm quite sure he still will be appreciative of the
Mm.
happy Father's Day,
Yeah.
happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to say so much, but hey, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like, again, just it's a level of patience with it too, because
Yeah.
sometimes you get, male and female, you get those coming in, and when you're coming to a blended family, the opposite person doesn't really
Yeah.
take to it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
On maturity with it too.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a search, is
Yeah.
a level of maturity that again I didn't know I had.
Mm. Mm.
It was times where I don't want to say we got physical, but it was we had arguments, and I just had to tell him, no, my legs here. I'm not here to replace you.
Right.
If you feel that I'm replacing you, that's something you have to look into yourself
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here to supplement in ways that, I'm not here to take your place, or I'm here because I'm willing to deal with her mom.
Right.
And I know that she has a daughter. And if I plan on marrying this woman, I know I have to take on responsibility in raising this child as well.
Right.
And I pray that all three of us could come to a conclusion where it benefits not us three,
Right.
but it benefits her.
Right.
Because she's looking at how us three look, and it's going to carry
Absolutely.
throughout the way we act could be how she reacts to me, how she reacts to you, how she reacts to her mom.
Yeah.
And that's just my way. Like, you just have to come in with a level of maturity, a level of patience, and something you have to swallow your pride.
Yeah.
This is something you have to swallow your pride. Like, you come in there too prideful. And I hate to, I'm not trying to say it was easy, but I think with her being a girl, it was a little bit easier because you know how us men are. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want nobody else around our sons.
Yeah.
That's my son. I'm raising my son.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the animosity was believed because it was a girl. But again, he still, as he should, because he's he's our father. Like, he had his reservations. He had his questions. Like, who is this guy? What is it that he do? Why, why him? Like,
Yeah.
and but yeah, eventually it wound up working itself out. Again, we're cordial. You probably won't see me and him at a bar nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we respect each other enough for the sake of Shabbat.
Yeah.
And even with my boys, like, I want them to see how men should react or should act when they're in a space like that. And because Austin used to have this, he was so funny with this when he used to when Shemaya's dad used to come over, and he also asked, like, "Dad, who's that?" I'm like, "Well, that's Shemaya's father." He's like, "I thought you was Shemaya's father." I'm like, "Well, Shemaya got two dads." See, she like, "I don't have two dads, boy. Shut. We're not having this conversation right now." Like, and he gets it now.
Yeah.
But but again, he like, well, why, why Maya's dad do? I'm like, well, I don't know, but just know that I'm Maya's dad as well, because I married mommy. I married mommy that made me Maya's dad. He's like, oh, okay, I get it. But yeah, you just have to have a level of maturity
Yeah.
and put that pride to the side, because pride is going to get you in trouble with it. And yeah, just an open level of communication as well.
Yeah.
You have to have a level of communication. Like, again, you'll never see us at a bar or anything, but we still maintain a level of communication between
Yeah.
the two.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So this is what I want to do, man. I want to dedicate this episode to your wife, man. I want to dedicate this episode to your wife. And I want to ask one more question.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna pivot because I know
No,
it's a lot. I know
yeah.
it's a lot. I know it's a lot. So I want to dedicate this episode to your wife. So give me your greatest memories
Oh man,
of you and your wife.
it's so many. Um, uh, um,
Take your time, brother. Take no rush. Take your time.
it's man. Listen, just being with, like, she has such a sweet spirit about it. Like, um, we used to always joke, you know, being that we was parents, and one of the great things about having an older daughter, she was a living babysitter. Uh, um, some of our best
Yeah.
memories were just going to Walmart sometimes.
Yeah, the simple things. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a simple thing, like going to Walmart. playing around in Walmart, riding bikes, just being Brian and Shauna. Like, um, me and she, we enjoy getting snowballs, so we could get snowball. We uh just being around her was even the bad, like the arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just to be around her was
Mm.
some of my best memories. I really I can't pinpoint it to just one time.
Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy because when she was living, we would, well, what's your favorite date and stuff like that. Like, but now just looking back, just every moment I had with her, I think if I was to pinpoint it to one, I love our Sundays
Mm.
with her. I don't know what it was, but some reason with Sundays we would go to church and there's never nothing to do technically after church on Sundays. We will come home. We either will buy dinner, we will cook. Kids will be off being them, and me and her would just sit there and just either we would lay in bed and laugh. We'll just be us without rushing to do
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
And I think that's some of my best memories with her. Just where we allow to just relax and be us. But yeah, it's just so just being around her.
Yeah.
Like she has such an awesome spirit about
Yeah.
her. Yeah, it's just her. She's my best.
Time, brother. Your time.
She's my best memory. Like just from from September the 6th, 2010 to July the 6th, 2023. She's my best friend. She's given me three of the most awesome children. And ever against our better judgment, she decided to marry me. Uh, yes, Shauna Johnston is my best memory. And just her life has been my best memory. All that she's done is my best memory. And it's crazy. I think that's the first time I really sat there and thought about it. But every moment I had with her was my best memory. Taking drives just anywhere, the excitement when she got her license, when she got her job, like just sharing small victories where we knew it was adding up to something big. Yeah, it's just being around her was my best friend.
So one thing I want to, from talking to Brian, excuse me, I want everybody to understand. He said the simple things, the arguments,
Yeah,
going to Walmart. Please don't take that for granted with your loved ones. Don't
absolutely
take
not.
the just saying hello in the morning or just the kiss on the forehead. Do not take that for granted. Don't take none of that stuff for granted. Cherish every moment.
Listen,
Every moment.
right after she passed, I was somewhere and I heard a young couple arguing, and she told him, "If it'd be better off if you was there." And I'm like, "Please do not say that." I'm like, she's like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Please." I'm like, I am at the time, I'm 43. I'm like, yeah, I'm 43 years old, and I am a widower with 3 children. Please do not wish that, because you think you be happy with him gone, you won't.
Right.
You
Right.
won't. And I tell everybody, like, this it's the simplest things. It's the things that don't happen that you took for granted. That's when that's when grief sits in. Like that's when those moments, like the text messages,
Yeah.
even arguing. Like I think I posted one time. Uh, I used to. Those who know me knows I snore. And she used to get so mad about it to the point she'd hit me, or she would just get up and go sleep somewhere else. And even that, I miss. I miss the arguments like I miss getting up in the morning, reaching over. She's not there. I'm like, oh. Yeah. But yeah, I just enjoy every moment you have with your spouse.
Yeah.
because and like that could be gone.
Yeah.
And I'm a witness to that. Like literally, we went from planning our whole day that day. Cause I remember she said, "Are you going to work?" I was like, "I probably won't, cause it's 9:30. Your appointment's at 10. Probably won't get seen till 11. Probably won't get home till 12:30, 1 o'clock. I'm not going to work." And we literally planned our whole day after that. She's like, "We going to get the kids ice cream?" Like, and just that quick.
Yeah.
I went from planning ice cream, planning the funeral. Just that quick.
Man. So here's what we're going to do as well too. So like I said, here on Pastor Mike, we want this to be a safe space. And brother, I just want to give you a hug, man, because, you know, brothers need hugs too, man. So come on, Mike, I'm going to give you a hug, brother. Very brave of you doing this. All right. It's heavy up in here. It's heavy up here, but like I said, I'm proud of this brother of being brave to talk about this, because, you know, it's losing your loved one is never easy, and let alone talking about it. So, like I said, I commend you, brother. So I want to let's pivot to some of let's go back to the days where, let's go back and talk about when, I guess when you used to date my sister and the things we used to get into. Yeah.
We were talking about Black College Weekend.
Yeah. I'll let you lead with that one.
I mean, listen, that was a weekend for weekends.
Oh man.
Terrance snitched on me. Said I was trying to get with some girl, knowing I dated his sister. So it's funny. It's funny you mentioned your sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember back to when me and Shauna just started dating, and I told her I loved her. She's like, "How many people have you told I love you to?" I was like, "Listen, it's 3 people I've told I love you to, and meant it. One was my first love, Danielle. One was actually your sister, and third person, Sean." She's like, "Seriously?" I was like, "Yeah." Now, granted, I've been with other people, but those 3 times is when I meant it, because I think from each relationship, I've learned something about myself and about being in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because I know, honestly, and it's funny that I'll say this, your dad taught me how to act when it came to my daughter dating. Your dad didn't at all. At all.
You just being a dad.
Being a dad,
right?
I get it.
Yeah, you just being a dad.
He was being because the one story I always tell when I talk about how dads act and stuff like that is when we went to the Bahamas. And I remember when we stayed in Florida, I never forget this. Your mom was like, "All right, girls, y'all sleep in that room. Brian, you and Terry don't sleep out here in the couch." And you was like, "No, Ma, we're sleeping in the rooms with the girls." Right, B? No. He's like, "Yo, you really not gonna sleep?" I was like, "Listen, last thing I need is your dad to wake up in the middle of the night,
right?
See me coated up with his baby girl,
right.
I'm gonna have to call my parents, give me a flight home." But as it now being a dad, I get it. But
man.
But he snitched, and I didn't even do that.
I'm not going.
He was being a big brother.
Yeah, I was being a big brother. Yeah,
he was being a big brother. At the time, he was dating my sister. You dated April?
Oh no, it wasn't April. That was Carlina.
Florida was Carlina. When we went to Virginia the first time, it was you and April.
It was?
Yeah. Oh. See, you know, God. But
so when we went to the Bahamas,
it was with Carlina. It was with Carlina in Bahamas.
Yes.
It was you and Carlina in Bahamas. Because at least we drove down. So your mom brought all these dishes with. I'm like, me and Tasha was sitting on the bench in that navigator. I was like, "Look," Sean and Tasha was like, was you tired? I was listen. I got tired of looking at you by the time we got to Richmond. But it was good.
Man.
It was good times, man.
Man.
I'll never forget that trip.
I'll never forget the Bahamas trip, man. When I was trying to show off on that moped.
The fact that everybody expected me to be the one.
Right. I'm the one that said, like, Brian, yo, what you doing, bro? Yo.
Because it was I was like, yo, let's go get some mopeds. We go ride around, go to the beaches and everything. So, in the Bahamas, they drive on the opposite side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
So before we got the mopeds, we had to go like do that little class. They had to teach us because we had the girls with us.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha terrified. She's like, please don't crash this car. I was like, no, I'm good. Like, all right. Terrance like, yo, you got my sister.
Right. Yo, don't get 2 blocks.
2 blocks from the Terrance misplaced the brake for the accelerator and slammed right into the wall. I was like, y'all talk about me.
Right. But here's the thing about it though. The first thing I said when I hit the wall, right? The first thing, because Carlina was on the back of me, right?
Yep.
Her and the bike fell on top of me. So when I got up, the first thing I said, I was like, hey, I broke my camera. It wasn't about her. I broke my camera. She's like, what about me? I was like, oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, you good. But both of y'all fell on top of me, so y'all had a cushion. I ain't had no cushion.
That trip was hilarious.
And then what about that night? I don't know what. I took some type of medications. Look, I want to apologize right now, bro, because I don't know what that was about. I don't know how that happened, but I took some medication. And I don't know, and then because you told me about it the next morning.
Oh, what?
I didn't even know what happened.
Even with all that, we still wound up sleeping in the room with the girl. I slept on the floor. And I don't know what kind of dream Terrance was having that night with that medicine. He got up yelling at the whole room and kicked me.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Where in my shoulder.
I don't know what that was about.
I got up and immediately went to the living room. I'm like, Terrance, I'm not even in the bed with your sister. Why are you beating me up? Like,
I was mad earlier from that day because I lost $500 with the casino. And I lost $500. So that's where it started. I was mad for the rest of the day after that.
He kicked me square in my shoulder. I was like, you know what? And then I remember when we went to your family's house in Georgia and they put my sneakers in the oven.
Oh, you went to Georgia?
We stopped in Georgia.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We stayed the night in Georgia. And I remember your aunt, they put because I washed them because I think it was muddy where we was at.
Yeah.
I washed them. And I got up looking for them. And Tasha was like, I think she put them in. I was like,
that's how they country. These country bumpkins. Country bumpkins down there.
I remember that trip as clear as day. I remember leaving here on the way back. I remember just hanging out on the beach down there. Yeah. I remember y'all singing karaoke at the cruise.
Oh yeah.
And people was hating on us.
I know, man. Everybody was hating on us.
They was hating like because you sung, you and your dad sung. Tasha did a song. I did a song. They was like, well, why are they coming here always doing these songs? I was like, shut up. We got here early.
So tell me about your spiritual relationship with God and how you've grown up, because you've been with your church for
all my life.
All your life, right?
Yeah, all my life.
Yeah. So talk about how you've grown into your relationship with God.
For those who don't know, I am an ordained deacon at my church. I just got ordained.
I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got ordained a year ago. I got ordained April of last year. But even prior to that, I come from a very spiritual, religious background. My father and my grandfather were both deacons at my church. I was that kid that no matter when those doors open at Bible Way Missionary Baptist Church, I was there. I think Steve Harvey said things like, I'm there. I was there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I was there for senior choir rehearsal, and I wasn't even on the senior choir. Why am I here? But it instilled in me so much. Like, I don't think I will be able to get through what I've gone through if it wasn't for me. And that's facts. Like,
wow.
I tell everybody, I said it when I got ordained. I like my mom, my dad, and my grandfather, for lack of a better word, spoiled me and Anthony Rock. They gave us whatever it is we asked for, stuff like that. But I think the greatest thing they ever given me with giving me church.
Wow.
I couldn't tell you where half those toys are at. I couldn't tell you where those video games are at. But I remember, Wednesday night Bible class. I remember going to Sunday school every morning with my grandfather. I remember sitting in deacon ordination services with my dad. And those things just bring true. And it's crazy to say I see me doing it with my boys. And it's not because it's almost unconsciously. Like, as it said in the Bible, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Like, church first, everything else is next. I'm old school to the point that sometimes my kids don't go to church. They don't go anywhere else. If you're too sick to do church, you're too sick to do everything else.
Exactly. That's how I with my kids too.
And but yeah, my faith has always been strong, but it's been strengthened with what's happened. I'm not gonna lie. When my wife passed, I was mad. I was mad at God. I'm like, why? Like, what is it that I needed to learn that you had to take her from? That's my one. Like, what lesson? What path do you have me on that I couldn't do it with her? I haven't gotten that answer yet. That is still my prayer. I'm still learning and everything. But I was mad. Like, I questioned God. I asked why. We had so much we wanted to do. Like, why? Like, but I've always, again, just go back to just growing up in church that I'm learning, his ways are not my ways. Our steps are ordered from the day that we're born. He knew on February 2nd, February 2nd, 1986, that July 6th of 2023, all right, you come with me. No matter what it is you're doing in your life, I need you on that day. And even with me, he knew December 26th, 1979, like, listen, after July the 6th, 2023, you're going to have to take this walk on your own.
Wow.
And I think that's that reassurance that, your steps are ordered no matter what it is that you do. Your steps are ordered. That has me with this reassurance that, listen, if I stay on the path that I am, not only will he reveal to me the answer that I'm looking for, but he may reveal it to where I could probably be a better help to somebody else.
Right.
With doing this, doing the other shows that I've done. But yeah, my faith has, is strengthened. Also, one of the things that has helped me in this journey, for those who don't know, if those are watching, my brother just had a son. Ashton was born 2 years ago. He's also a premature. He's a premature. We joke. We said we have boys and we have them early.
Right.
That's what Johnston men do for some reason. We have sons and they come 3 months early. And Ashton was born 3 months early. And what he although premature, he came right on time. He came at a time where me personally, I was hurt. I was in a really, really, I don't want to say dark spot, but I was going through the motions to the point where something needed to break the monotony. Like, I didn't at the time he was born, all I did was work, work, take the kids to school, work, and I still remember the call when Anthony called me and like, hey, your nephew's here. No, he's not. Like, dude, he wasn't due till January. Like, what are we doing? And I remember going to see him. No, Anthony called me. And he FaceTimed me while Ashton was sitting in the incubator. And he said, I remember saying to him, thank you for restoring my faith.
Wow.
Thank you for restoring my love. Thank you for showing me what strength really is. Because if you see him now, actually, he'd be 2 in October. You would not think he was a premature. He comes in, he calls me Uncle Meet Me. I showed him how to blow the horn on a car and went meet.
That was Uncle Meet Me.
Uncle Meet Me. And but he instilled in me so much for him to be such a small child. He showed me what strength and faith does. Like, him and his parents has showed me what real faith is. Granted, I've been through it myself with my son. My son was 3 months premature, And I remember conversations that I had with Anthony. Like he sat there with the worry on his look, and I told him, I'm like, dude, we sat here. We walked this walk with Austin, and like if God did it then,
He'll do it
I
again.
know for
He'll do it
he's
again.
gonna do it again. If he did it before, he'll do it again.
Shout out to Todd Tribbett.
Right, shout out to Todd Tribbett. And I'm like, I get it. Your flesh, you're going to worry, you're going to be upset, but know that the same God that healed Austin is going to be the same one that heals Ashton. And sure enough, he like I say, that's Ashton is my guy. That is my buddy. Like he now knows, like, 'cause, again, Austin goes to school out this way. He knows Austin's my son. So when he sees Austin, he's like, meet me. He wants Austin to FaceTime. He's just getting, he's like, Uncle Meet. We don't say hi. He'll probably say, what's up, bro? He got this thing where he call everybody bro now. But yeah, he's instilled in me so much. He's renewed such a faith in me that's beyond word. Like, granted, I love my children. I do, but just him coming at a time where I needed to be reassured of God's miracles.
Yeah,
that's what he did. Like, because again, I was mad at God. Like, why did you? Then when I actually came, like, okay, he's like, listen, I need you to know that I can fix it. And that's what he showed me. Well, he like, I can fix it. He like, not only can I fix it, I can fix you. And Ashton showed me what faith is, what strength is, what love is. Like, I love that little boy. You would think he's my kid. People think we look alike already, but Ashton has done. I know. I told his brother when he told my brother when he gets older, I'm definitely going to tell him what his birth meant to me.
Wow.
Great. I know he loved, y'all as his parents loved him.
And that's going to mean so much to him. That's going to mean so much to him.
His birth could have come. For as premature as it was, it came right on time. But yeah, my faith has, again, I just have a strong foundation already. So I really don't know where I would be if it wasn't for God. If it was, I don't even want to think. Like that's how much
that statement right there. Where would I be if it wasn't for the Lord by my side?
Listen, I will be, what they say, like a ship without a sail.
Yep, like a ship without a sail.
I would be directionless. I would be no good to nobody. My mom, my children. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to think about, like, because just the mental aspect of me being, losing my spouse. Just alone, I've seen, it could break probably lesser men.
Yeah.
But my faith in God has restored in me in so many ways that, like I say, I still have my bad days, but I know who my Redeemer is.
Yeah.
I know who's going to pull me out of that. I know who's going to make sure, all right, I'm going to give you this bad day, but I'm only giving you this bad day so you know who it is who's going to pull you out of this bad day. And that's why I'm at.
And because you have that faith and you established that personal relationship with God, you were able to plant that seed into your children.
Yeah.
And that's why your son was able to minister to you.
Listen, and I try not to brag about my kids, but because I sometimes feel like bragging about them, be bragging on me, and I'm not a prideful person.
No, brother, brag on your kids, brother.
Listen, I
brag on your kids.
Listen,
I post every day.
I see.
I'm a post.
It's just that their maturity just mind boggles me. Like I caught Caleb one time singing "Yes, Jesus Loves." I didn't even know he knew the song, but it just shows, like, I'm trying to do what was done to me.
Yeah.
My parents instilled in me that faith without works is dead. They instilled in me that John 3:16. They instilled in me, my favorite scripture is Philippians 4:13. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I hold that near and dear to my heart, because literally I can't do nothing without him.
Right.
Like I can't breathe, I can't walk, I can't be a dad, couldn't be a husband, I couldn't be nothing that I was called to do if I didn't have Christ that strength. And that's fact. That's fact. I may slip up and fall along the way, but I know that I'm able to.
But you had that foundation.
Yeah, I have a foundation where if I fall, I don't fall far. Like I don't fall far. I may scrape my knee here and there, but I can get up and keep on. Because when I fall, I'm looking at that foundation that has been poured for me. I'm looking at my father, my grandfather, my wife. I'm looking at those that have come before me. Like, listen, they looking back at me saying, don't stay down here long.
That's right.
Get up.
That's right.
We give you a little minute, but you gotta get up. You gotta get up.
Yeah. What's that hymn? On Christ the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand.
Listen. And
man,
it's funny you mention hymns because some of those hymns don't mean like I tell people out of all the things I've been told in church, I'm glad one of the things that, you know how they say he's a friend to the friend.
Yep.
Father to the father.
Yep.
I'm glad that's one of the things that's remained true.
Yeah.
Because he's been all of that and more.
Yeah.
And those hymns, like I used to always say my grandfather was a walking hymn. He sung hymns that I didn't even know existed. I think sometimes he probably was just walking around writing.
Right.
And he used to do, it used to be this thing with me, him, and Anthony. You remember how my house had the awning over the back? So we would sit outside. And you couldn't tell me as my grandfather sat out there and sung hymns. The rain would just ease up and stop. And I realized that those hymns have calmed a lot of storms and metaphysically in my life. Like,
yes, sir.
Them hymns, like nothing against Ty Tribbett, nothing against Kirk Franklin, but sometimes you have to pull out
them hymns,
cross.
Man. Yeah.
You gotta pull out yeah, sweet, I know. You have to pull out those hymns because them hymns holds weight.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. A good hymn will have you crying when you supposed to be mopping the floor.
You lay it out.
You will be, listen, it's been times I've gotten in the car and put a hymn on. I couldn't get up the block. I had to pull over. I'm like tears because they hold such weight. And they mean something.
Yes.
Again, nothing against the contemporary music. I love it. But sometimes, even me at 45 years old, I need a good hymn once in a while. I need a hymn to just stir up in your spirit. Sometimes just start singing. And I'm not the best singer. I'll tell you quick. I'm nowhere near Terrance's level. Terrance got a whole album he put out.
That was back 2007.
We can talk about the Love Chronicles one day. But man, listen, those hymns has gotten me through at times where sometimes words just didn't work. But yeah, my foundation in faith is strong and strong.
That's good, man. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up, but I want let's talk about some of the things that you got going on. So I want you to shout out your photography company.
Johnston Strong Photography has been in existence for about 8 years now. I do all things photography, prom send-offs, weddings, bar mitzvah. If you need a photographer, holla at your boy. I do photography. I'm getting into videography now, so I'm gonna be able to be doing videos soon. But definitely, Johnston Strong Photography. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Johnston Strong Photography. But when you spell it, it's JOHN 5TON. So Johnston. So it will look like John 5 times. Photography. Strong Photography. The number 5 is a representation of me and my siblings. So with me and my brother, it's 5 guys. With my dad and his siblings, it was 5 guys. So Johnston with the we're fake Jackson 5 with the Johnston. So yeah, I got my photography going on. Also, I have my own podcast as well. I'm hosting 2 podcasts. One is the Married Life podcast. It was a podcast I started with my wife a few years ago. I took a little sabbatical, just trying to get myself together. I did release some episodes solo, but starting in late September, early October, new episodes are coming back.
Y'all hear it first. Y'all hear it first here. I'm gonna pass the mic.
Yeah, new episodes are coming out. I have some guests lined up. We're gonna be talking about everything. We're talking about, one of the episodes, I'm just gonna drop a little tidbit. One of the episodes is about I have a couple on that are from two different religions. One is Christian, one is Muslim.
Ooh,
how that dynamic works with them being married and being of 2 different faiths.
Yeah.
I'm doing another blended families episode. So yeah, be on the lookout. Again, you can follow me personally on Facebook, Brian in Johnston. You'll see the Married Life podcast. It's the Married Life. Life is spelled Lyfe. The Married Life podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. You see the past episodes that me and my wife had done. We did a blended family episode with my daughter. We're doing a vow series where each episode was a vow. We broke down vows. We did one, richer and poor. We did sickness and health. I ended the vow series with one, till death do us part, and where I talked about me with grieving and and I also do in the basement with B. In the basement with B is my pop culture podcast where I talk. Those who know me, Terrance, I'm a big kid. I love video games, comic books.
Oh yeah, this man. I don't know any bigger comic book fan than this dude right here.
I love comic books, video games, cartoons, all things. And in the basement, I get to talk about all that, and then some. We talk about all things pop culture. And that also is going to be new episodes are coming out with that. I was doing this series where I was doing the powers that be, where I was breaking down your favorite superheroes' powers. I did one with Superman. My next episode is going to be on Spider-Man, and we're going to go from there. But definitely check me out. I've been on sabbatical. There's been some things moving around, but I do plan on picking it back up. I've upgraded my equipment. I'm not as fancy as here, but
yeah. Hey man, I'm still a beginner myself, brother. I'm still learning. We can learn from each other.
We learn. There we go. That's how you get better. You learn from instead of you learn instead of hate.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, that's all I have. Again, I'm still being a dad. Also want to drop this on November the 8th. For those if you're friends with me on Facebook, if not, we'll be friends with me on Facebook. November the 8th at 12 noon, I am speaking at an event where it's called Changing the Script, where we talk about how Christ had changed the script for us from what we went through to what we're going to do. Is event to inspire and educate those who are maybe going to do the same things we're going to do. So I'm one of the speakers there. Please, reach out to me. Reach out to Terrance. He can get in contact with me if you want tickets for it. It's a ticketed event. It's going to be on noon, November the 8th. I want to say it's going to be in the Owens Mills, Maryland area. More details will come, but if you follow me on Facebook, you'd be sure to see it on there. But other than that, I'm just being the best B I can be.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, man. This was an awesome episode. Yeah. I appreciate you opening up, brother.
Thank you for having me.
And look, and I'm gonna make it a point. I'm gonna do better. I'm reaching out to you. Because I know we get busy with life, but there still is no excuse. Yeah. When brothers not reaching out to each other.
I'm a dad too. I get it.
Yeah. So also, like I said, I want to dedicate this episode to Brian's wife, Shauna. So
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Definitely send me if you have any photos you want to. Send me the photos. Yeah. So that way I can add it to the episode.
Yeah.
But as we're wrapping up, I want to remind everybody that, especially our men out there, it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It's okay to cry. It's okay to give another brother a hug. It's okay. Just understand that you need that village.
Yeah.
Whether it's brothers, whether it's sisters, whatever, you need that village in order to help you get through whatever situation that you're going through.
Don't think you're alone.
Yeah.
Do not think you're alone.
Absolutely.
Do not.
Yep. You are not alone. Remember that.
As cliche as the Michael Jackson song says, but it's true. You are truly not alone. You'd be surprised the help that is out there. And the people that want to help, they may be scared to say something because you haven't said nothing. Open that door, and you'd be surprised at the floodgate, at the amount of help that is available to men. And like Terrance said, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to talk to somebody and not be looked upon. Like I hate the fact we have created such a toxic masculinity where you can't speak to nobody without it being subjectified.
Right.
Or you're not a man because you cry. Nah, as you see in this episode, I cried. Like crying, believe me, if it wasn't for crying, I'd probably swing. So one or the other. But you just get the help that you the help that you need. You'll be a better person, not just for yourself, but for everybody that's involved with you. I guarantee you'll be a much better man, a much better husband, a much
Mhm.
better father, a much better person if you release a lot of the tension that's in yourself. You're reacting because you don't have nowhere to say it, don't have nowhere to release that. Talk to somebody, and I guarantee you feel so much better on the other end of it.
Yep, yep. And I always end the podcast with this, because I started this podcast with me and my sons, and just remember that, same blood, different views, but one mic.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see y'all next episode. We talk to you later. Peace.
Peace.